welcome to another episode of Yeet or Neat!
Yeet or Neat.
Woo! We're in our new slot for the week.
This is our third one, isn't it?
Third, I know,
Yeah.
man. It's going. We're so much.
We'll soon run out of interest.
I've got thousands of things to introduce you guys to. So, for those of you who have never seen Yeet or Neat before, I'll do a quick explanation as to how it works. So, we all come along with very specific geeky interests, whether that be from film, TV, video games, books, anime. Video games, music. That was the other one I didn't say. So we all come along with items from those different things, and we introduce them to the rest of the team. And for you guys at home to try it as well if you like. We're into our third week now. We've had quite a plethora of different things so far. It's been a big mix. It's been good. I've enjoyed quite a lot of it.
2 seconds. People are taping stuff out in the hallway.
No, what's that? I can hear.
Mute.
I can hear tape.
Someone's putting down
Yeah.
their
We're in the middle. We're in the middle of moving house, so I
This
can
is
hear
true.
people taping
It's
up boxes.
boxes.
So I'll mute myself for 2 seconds.
It's all good.
There we go. So yeah, we're all got new stuff to talk. She's going to tell her mum off. Mother, I'm streaming. Please stop taping things in the hallway. Nice. So yeah, Nadia's moving house at the end of the week. That's why that's all happening.
Exciting stuff.
During lockdown, yeah. How long, Nadia? You're back. How long is it you've been waiting to move house now?
Since the first week of lockdown.
yeah, since
Oh my God.
March. So, yeah, finally, it's happening. So yeah, we've this is our third week with Yeet or Neat. So we're gonna go through the items that we suggested to each other last week, talk about them and how we got on with them and how what our opinions are about them. Give them a quick Yeet or a Neat, and then we've got some new suggestions for you guys this week. My first thing from last week, or my only thing, sorry, because we're only doing one thing a week now. My thing from last week was the video game Thomas Was Alone. So how did you guys get on with Thomas Was Alone?
I played it.
I'm afraid it is a Yeet from me.
Really?
Yeah, it's a nice game with like an enjoyable-ish story. As far as it can be enjoyable, but I am not a fan of puzzle platformers at all.
Fair.
So I'm really sorry, it's a Yeet from me.
Sorry, I got 2 Neats last time, so it's okay.
I'll say I thought it'll be a neat for me because I did genuinely enjoy it. Like I liked how like the music was and then the little storylines you got along, and like how each, from a game design perspective, how each little block, like its personality was reflected in obviously how it moved
Its
and
attributes.
sort of
Yep.
sounds
Yep.
that it made. So it was weird for a block to have a personality that was more than just what was in the narrative, but it did. Which just made Claire the giant block even funnier because she just suddenly declared that one of them was going to be her nemesis, and then she went, "Oh no, he's gone. That's probably not a good thing."
John, what did you think? How did you go?
I played about 30 levels of the game, which I think is quite a sizable chunk.
It is, yeah.
And I had played it a little bit beforehand, a couple of years ago, I think.
Okay.
And it was as good as I remember it in terms of like the atmosphere that it created. It's surprising how much personality these tiny little like squares and rectangles have. Although it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was beforehand. The difficulty level it's been quite simple up to this point.
Yeah.
But then on level 30, I think there's 100 levels, so there's room for it to improve still.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit simple in places. Obviously, it looks very simple, as is obviously the design of the game. But it's simple in terms of its gameplay as well, and the puzzles weren't that challenging. But I think that's probably deliberate because the focus is very much like on the story side of the game.
It is.
But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed what I played of it. So I would say that it's a neat review from me.
Awesome.
I weirdly related to the tiny kid.
The little tiny
The little one, Chris, that was just
When he
mad
get
at the fact he
poses,
couldn't jump.
the switches.
Yeah, he's like, I can't jump.
He's always so
Like,
happy. Like
everyone's making fun of me for the fact I can't jump. Who's so bloody happy when it's a pain in the ass?
it's yeah, I adore the game. It is very, like you said, story focused, which is weird for just these simple block shapes. That they can tell such a story and purvey such personality onto such simple things. And I think you're right, John. It is quite a simple game to play. And it's not really that challenging, but the whole point is that it's the story that you're there for, I think, more than anything. It does get a lot more challenging.
It was a perfect little sort of side order to what I'm playing at the moment, like as my main game.
Yeah.
But it complemented it well for the week, which was very good. But I'll come to that.
We will. We'll come back to that.
So my item from last week was the first volume of a manga called Oyasumi Punpun, or Goodnight Punpun in English. Basically it is a coming of age story where the main character is drawn like a little bird. What did we think? Did you guys actually read it?
I
I
did.
didn't. You go ahead, Nadia.
Yeah, the art style was kind of off-putting to me.
Yeah, that is very Inio Asano's art style. Even though that's
Yeah,
what I
because
hated.
it was the fact that like it was very normal, and then it has that it sometimes has a, for lack of a better word, ugly art style sometimes, and that kind of just that put me off a bit of it. Where I was struggling, I was like, oh, okay, that's just weird, just like, and then his mum having the weirdest boobs in the world.
True does.
I managed to grab a copy of it yesterday, and I think I read through the first 3 chapters, I think, as far as I got. So the storyline it's interesting. I mean, the whole dad thing with whatever's going on in the house, and I'm not gonna try. I'm trying not to spoil it too much for people who are actually going to check it out. It's dark. You warned us last week. Obviously, his writing can be a bit much, but that you said the first book's probably the most accessible in terms of getting into it, and then it gets a lot darker as you go through them. And yeah, it was real. It was good. I think I'm going to try and continue on. It's got me, as I got to the end of each chapter, I was like, right, okay. And then I was wanting to read the next one to try it out and see what was going to happen. So I thought I'm definitely interested. The art style that Nadia's mentioned, didn't really bother me as much. I don't know why, but I was like, it's okay. And like the teacher overreacting and stuff like that was a bit, I was like, what the hell? What? Okay. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. And I'm definitely going to keep going, I think.
That's what I like to hear. John?
Don't look at me. I have actually given it a go. So I mean, as you know, like manga and stuff, and stuff of that ilk is generally something that I don't have a lot of awareness of, and it's not something that I'm really into. So the art style and stuff like that, obviously, it's really weird to me, but I don't know really what to compare it with a lot of other forms of manga and things that are similar to that. So for me, that didn't really bother me too much. I just found it quite quirky. But yeah, it was interesting. It was reasonably easy to read, the small amount that I did read. But yeah, it seems alright. It looks like it's going to go somewhere. But I probably haven't read enough of it to form an opinion of, am I going to go through the whole thing or not? I don't know. But the whole family stuff that's going on there as well. It made me think a little bit of Pink Floyd and The Wall. It's all about talking about his childhood and how childhood is bad and stuff like that. I had elements of that coming through. Whether that stays with it or not, I need to read more. But yeah, I gave it a go.
Well done, John.
But I don't know if I could say yeet or neat. But I'll say neat because I don't feel yeet yet. I believe it was The Expanse, was it not?
It was The Expanse, indeed. I'll kick off with this one because I had already watched quite a lot of The Expanse before you'd mentioned it. I've still to go back and pick it up from where I left off, but I've watched the entire first season, and I'm I think over halfway through the second season at the moment. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I started off, I was just sort of browsing through Amazon and I found it on Prime and I was like, oh, I'll give this a go. And I think it was after you mentioned it on the sci-fi show that you guys did on a Sunday on One Life Left channel.
Yes.
That's when you mentioned it, and that's when I went to go and I thought, oh, I'll give it a go and see what it's like. And yeah, the whole grounding in the real world in terms of the physics and what's possible in it, I love that. I find it's more accessible when they do that. If it's too fantastical, if I'm not in the mood for a fantasy sci-fi thing, then I'm not going to watch it. But I found The Expanse wasn't overly political either. There was a lot of political aspects in it, but it didn't play on that too much. There was plenty of sort of intrigue and action in there as well that kept me hooked enough. Because it's obviously the two concurrent storylines at the start with the team on the ship investigating obviously the stuff that's happening there, and then the story with Thomas Jane and as the police officer investigating the missing girl and stuff. Having those two storylines going at the same time, I think, keeps it moving. Whereas if they just followed one of them and then the other one appeared and then they followed them, I don't think it would have worked as well. So yeah, I really, 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 really like The Expanse, and I would highly recommend it to anybody that fancies some new sci-fi in their life. Definitely.
Yeah.
And neat. Super neat. Anyone else?
I'm gonna admit I tried to start watching it yesterday. Amazon then told me no. So I only really got time to try and start watching it today. So I've gotten most of the way through the first episode. And yeah, I want to continue watching it because it seemed like the bits that I've caught when my attention's been like proper have been okay, and also the fact that one of the characters is the guy who played War and Peace in Sky High.
It's got, I think the
very
pilot
interesting to me.
Ash's face. Wait a minute.
Is he?
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
Stephen Strait. Because I seen it and I went, you seem familiar, and I went, oh my god, I love this guy.
We mentioned this
That has
on.
been bugging me all week.
But yeah, the pilot episode is really good. I think it's got it's a really strong opening.
I mean, yeah, the budget
which is quite unique in sci-fi because usually they start rubbish.
Well, I mean,
and then
Netflix
gradually find their feet.
Netflix must have given them so much money to make that pilot because the graphics and the production in terms of costumes, set design, everything was off the charts, like super high quality. So they'd obviously backed it a lot. And then it's funny that they then go, no, we're going to stop it. And Amazon have to pick it up to keep it going. So, yeah, it was a good pilot, definitely.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of want to like sit down when my attention, because sometimes my attention just runs away, and this isn't a show that I can do that with, because there's shows that I can watch, I can sit on my phone and watch and it's fine, or I can sit and crochet things and watch and it's fine. But this is one that I can't do that with, so I do need to sit down and just... So, tentative neat for now.
Did you watch any of it at all, Ash?
I did. This is a hard yeet from me, I'm afraid. I very much prefer science fantasy. I don't like what I watched of it. It was quite slow. It felt quite heavy. And I do prefer stuff that has more of an focus on fantastical. I'm very much more Star Wars than Star Trek. So it's just not my cup of tea, I'm afraid. Sorry.
I wanted people to watch Repo the Genetic Opera, which was a musical based in a future where anyone can get organ transplants on
Higher purchase, basically.
On finance.
Yeah, finance,
yeah.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, I watched it. Well, I
watched it.
Who's
going to go first on this one?
I'll take it. I'll take the hits. It's okay. I watched the first 30 minutes of it. I mean, I as far as I understand, there was. Remember, you said there was 2 Amazon links. One of them you could use, and one of them you couldn't. And I think my understanding of it was that the one that we couldn't watch was the live show, if I'm thinking that's right. And then the one that we could watch was the production one, which is filmed, and I think.
Yeah, the movie is what I wanted you to watch.
The movie, yeah. So it was the movie one I watched.
Because that's what I watched.
Yeah.
I wasn't telling everyone to watch anything live. We're good.
Number 1, why is it an hour and a half long Evanescence video? Number 2, why is it an Evanescence video that's also the singing episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
These are all things that I love.
Yeah, no, that's...
But your name is.
Once again, with feeling, I was like, okay. Because Anthony Head started singing, I'm like, okay, yep, this is Buffy again. Yep, yeah. I'm back in Buffy world, which is fine. I love Buffy. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is like I love that series.
I have that episode on DVD.
Yeah, they made a special edition just for that episode, the special edition DVD for that with all the extras and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was. I couldn't watch any more than half an hour. I'm so sorry. I tried. I really tried. I have a. This isn't. I don't like. It's not that I don't like musicals. I just have a small issue with production, like live stage show musical, fine, love it, totally awesome. But then when you try and take it into a format like a movie or a TV show, it doesn't really work for me usually. I just don't. I can't make my peace with it.
There's only a few films that can pull off the on-screen musical.
Yeah,
and that would be the original Grease, The Lion King, and.
I just finished that.
Sorry, I don't count The Lion King as an on-screen musical because it's animated.
It's a cartoon.
All the Disney stuff.
No.
All the Disney stuff.
No,
That's
so
the only way you can get away with it.
Baz Luhrmann, Romeo and Juliet, 100% with musical pieces in it, amazing. I'm not a fan of Moulin Rouge. And that my problem with that is Ewan McGregor trying to sing.
Well, that's it. My problem with Moulin Rouge as well is, and it's the same reason I don't like Mamma Mia even as a stage show. Is
I was
just
going
the
to get to
insert
that.
of all these existing songs.
I was going to get to that. Don't worry.
It's like I'd much prefer musicals to have original songs.
Don't Baz Luhrmann me, says Emily in the chat. I liked Androo. Oh no, am I getting one Totana?
Yeah, Tony really likes Rico as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I want to watch the live show. I really want to see the live show because I think I'll enjoy that. But again, and no, going back to Rocky Horror, love Rocky Horror. Don't get me like that is like Rocky Horror is phenomenal. The musical pieces in that are amazing. Like the music in Repo didn't grab me either. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm disappointing you so much. I'm so sorry. What version of Romeo and Juliet? No, sorry, and Juliet.
Get confused.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
not
musical. Sorry, Michelle. Yeah.
Which version is of Romeo and Juliet? Is it the one where Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, I'm talking Baz Luhrmann. That's not a musical.
Yeah,
I'm getting mixed up.
But it sounds quite musically because they speak in iambic pentameter.
Yeah, it's because
that's supposed to be spoken, but it's not a musical.
Yeah, but Moulin Rouge. No. So I'm sorry, it's a yeet for me for the one you made me watch.
Shall I go next?
Okay.
Yes, go Ash.
So I'd already watched Repo, but I watched it again because I actually love it. So it is a hard neat from me. I love it. I watched it the first time when I was like really deep in my emo phase.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. I love all of the songs. I did at one point have the album on my phone, and even now, I love the campiness of it. I love the fact it's so over the top. There's so much fourth wall breaking. Chromagia is still like one of my favorite songs from a musical ever. But I watched it with Alex and he watched it for the first time, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be present, but I'm not gonna watch." He watched the whole thing. But his comments were, it's kind of basic. So I loved it. It's a hard neat from me. Yeah, that's really what I want to say. It's a good film.
John,
What?
we didn't get a neat or a yeet from you.
I haven't given my full impressions at
Okay.
this time on this one.
Go for it.
So, I made a little list of stuff here on my laptop off to the side of me. While I was watching it, I made some notes. The first thing I wrote down was, what the actual F word? Followed by, OMG, it's Anthony Nescafe Man. And, it was painfully funny, but it was rubbish.
Yeah.
The production values were terrible. What was that thing where she was like pulling her eyes out or something? And
Yeah.
there's like a second, like a full second of like where it cuts, and it's like there's loads of blood, and then there's no blood for a second, and then she's holding her eyes to the hand. It doesn't make any sense at all. But yes, it was all a bit Blade Runner ripped off, Rocky Horror rip off. It was like the comic book things were a little bit weird. I wasn't too cool with those. And by the end, it was all a little bit Avril Lavigne. I'm sure that was Joan Jett playing the guitar
It
as
was.
well.
As yeah,
I
I
thought so.
checked IMDb. It was sorry, yeah.
But yeah, really, it was only Giles really
It's all about the Giles.
that sold it for me and kept me powering through. Because it was good and bad.
So
But
yeah,
entertaining, but rubbish.
yeah.
So it's a yeet from me.
Awesome. That was So that was last week. That was everyone. So just as a quick roundup, I'm gonna I'm gonna say the name of each thing, and then you guys give me a quick yeet or neat. Okay. So Thomas was alone.
Neat.
Yeet.
Yeet. Yeah, I was waiting for the yeet. And then it was good night. Pun pun.
Yeet, unfortunately.
Yeet.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's you neat or neat.
I'll say yeet because it's not a. I'm going to say neat because it's not a yeet.
What about neat with a Y in it, like a nyan, like neat, nyan?
Like a
yeah.
yen.
So you're halfway between the two. Okay. I'm
Neat.
a neat. I also have some personal things about that I don't want to talk about on stream in terms of the storyline and stuff. So I'm a neat with that. I've got. That's a net, which means no,
And
Andrew.
it means no.
Sorry, my chat are on fire tonight. Then it was the Expanse, which is a neat from me.
Neat.
Tentative neat.
Hard yeet.
I'll
Oh.
take that as two neats.
Ash just had a bad week.
Like mine.
And then Repo, the genetic
Yeet.
opera. Yeet. Sorry, Nadia, it is a big yeet from me. I'd see it live though if you wanted to get tickets. If they ever bring it back
I don't think
to
they'll ever really
if they ever
do
bring it back to stage,
I'm
then
just so
I'll
angry
go
that
see
it
it.
took an hour and a half away from me doing something more enjoyable.
So my item for you guys for this week is to watch. That didn't work
I'm
well
ready to
at all.
go on my side.
There we go. Yes, so I would like you guys to go to Netflix and watch Mike Birbiglia. God damn it. It's just a silly surname. Mike Birbiglia, My Girlfriend's Boyfriend, which is a stand-up show from 2013 from comedian Mike Birbiglia. I love Mike. He is honestly one of the nicest comedians you've ever seen. He's just lovely, and I want to hug him. This is one of his earlier shows from 7 years ago. There's 2 other shows on Netflix at the moment, I believe, which are also good. You should totally check those out if you get a chance as well. But this one is my favourite. There's a point in this show which has nothing to do with the actual story of the show, where he's talking about the audience, and there's a guy sitting in the audience with no socks or shoes on, and he gets an absolute ribbing, and it is so funny. I love it. I mean, who comes to a stand-up show and takes their socks and shoes off? I mean, that's just mad. What? I thought this was a flipped image of Rick Astley. Says Emily in my chat. Thanks, Emily. So yeah, if you get the chance, you should everyone in the chat, you should check out Mike I can't do his surname. Birbiglia on Netflix. I'm not going to go into detail about what the show's about, because it's basically the way Mike does his shows. He tells an entire story, and he goes off in little segues every now and then, but the entire story is his piece, and it's phenomenal. It's just lovely. So if you need something to give you a little chuckle, Mike Birbiglia is your guy.
So I have chosen Sarazanmai, which is an anime that is utterly indescribable. The basic premise is there's these three I think they're in last year of middle school, first year of high school. There's these three lads, and they awaken the Kappa King, and he transforms them into Kappas, and they have to defeat monsters. But then there's also like the backstory of they all have secrets that they are trying to hide from one another, and they need to like work around it so that they can work better as a team. But also there are two police officers who are like otters, because the otters and the Kappas are at war. I don't want to give too much away, because I really don't want to like spoil your first viewing of it. But what I will say is, while it's not gory, probably best to not watch it with kids.
Really? I was going to show Yoshi. Oh.
I mean, he'd probably enjoy it. It's not like gory, and it's not like sexual. It's a bit like, it's very off the wall.
Okay. I mean, would you say it's like gorier than like Attack on Titan, for example?
Oh no, it's not like
That kind of gore.
anything that would be like classed as gory is in like black and white, and there's a lot of discretion shots.
Okay.
But it's very wholesome. The general story is very wholesome. I don't want to say too much, because I don't want to like. I think you need to go into it pure.
Okay, pure. Be pure, sure, yeah.
The picture that I managed to find actually's got some weird green.
Yeah,
The little
Yeah, that's
frog
those
things.
Kappas.
Are those
They look
Kappas?
like sinister Orvilles.
Yeah, so they're a Japanese myth.
Right.
So they're
I
like,
don't know if they're going to come out and like start talking like, I don't know what to do.
Think I could
Kind of thing.
fly right up to the sky. Sorry.
I've been ever so unoriginal this week, but it's all I've pretty much done for
This
the
is
last
just so you
sort
can
of
play
5
more
days.
of it.
Well, no, because I'm nearly finished. And of course, I am talking about The Last of Us Part 2, which is every bit as good as I was hoping it would be.
Okay.
It is utterly incredible. I need to finish it and, you know, properly let it all sink in, and, you know, I don't know how it's going to end yet. But so far, it has. You either like Naughty Dog stuff or you don't. But if you're into, if you enjoyed the original, then this is everything you expect it to be. But then it does like 100 things that you wouldn't have expected it to do in ways that are way much better than you ever thought they could do. I've been constantly surprised for the first 15 hours, and it is absolutely incredible, and everyone needs to give it a try.
Okay.
I am going to recommend something that is easy to check out and does not consume very much time at all. It is a band called Black Honey.
Ta-da!
Yes, that's the right one. So the band Black Honey are, best way to describe them, indie rock.
Okay.
But not, I don't know, anytime I hear indie rock I think of some absolutely terrible bands.
Yeah.
But it's more like indie alternative kind of rock. Weirdly, because I've tried, because there's the guitar that's played in it is played in a very certain way that's very reminiscent to like Tarantino style, like spaghetti western style,
Okay.
old school kind of guitar.
Interesting.
They're an interesting band. They're very alternative, and all their music videos are like, if you have a chance to check out their music videos, I do recommend it. Because some of them are like very story heavy, like they've got a story between two different songs, and they're all very retro style. So like some of them are very oversaturated in color, or like very era based retro as well. One music video I want everyone to check out because it has my favourite like subtitle that runs across the bottom is a music video called I Don't Ever Wanna Love, because at some point there is a general subtitle that says Lobster Silence.
Okay.
purely because that's my favourite thing in any music video I've ever watched. But yeah, so this is a band that I found out about last year I was doing a whole year of concerts thing. Thank God that was last year.
You wouldn't have got very far this year.
So I was trying to basically see like a concert a month, and then I think I was seeing more than one in certain months, so it kind of evened out over the months that I didn't have. And Black Honey was one that I got to see in Glasgow, in a very small venue, and they were really, really good, and I really enjoyed their music. And they're just one that I really kind of recommend. They're quite unique and fun.
Awesome. So my item is Mike Birbiglia, My Girlfriend's Boyfriend, which is a stand-up comedy routine on Netflix. Ash's item is Sarah's Anmai. Yes, I said it right, thank God. Which is an anime with butt stuff on Crunchyroll.
Kappas! John's one is The Last of Us Part 2.
Is The Last of Us Part 2, which might or might not have butt stuff in it on the PS4. And finally, Nadia's thing is Black Honey, the band.
Which has Lobster Silence.
Which has Lobster Silence, which Tony has put in my chat, wherever you prefer to consume music. I usually do it in my ears. So I didn't know Crunchyroll had those types of anime, says Totana.
They do.
Can I point out to a fact, Tony? They do.
I mean, Prison School's on there, so... Don't watch that. Oh my God, don't watch that.
I was going to say, that's Ash's suggestion for next week. Sean would love to discuss The Last of Us 2 with John. Well, you know what you need to do, Sean? You need to join us next Tuesday from 8 o'clock for Yeet or Neat episode 4, where we'll be talking about the 4 items I've just mentioned.